99-cent rental.
This is 99 Cent Rental. I'm your host, Brian White, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Dave White. Hey, Dave, how you doing over there?
Thank you for asking. I am exhausted. I was woken from a dead sleep last night about 2 o'clock in the morning by somebody blasting some really shitty hip-hop out front. They were like parked outside, and it took me a long time because I was woken by the bass. I could feel it.
And so you thought the house was coming down?
Well, so I was like, is this that fucking dude upstairs? But I'm like, not even he's that much of an asshole, be doing this at 2 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm like kind of walking around the apartment, it's not a big apartment, but like I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. And I open the window and here's what I will say. This apartment is extremely well insulated from whatever noise is outside. Because as soon as I opened the window, it was like dance club levels of music. Like it was blasting. And the only way I can describe it is like it felt antagonistic.
Like they were doing it to you on purpose.
Or they were doing it to somebody. They were doing it to like get somebody to come outside because it was that loud, and they did it for an hour.
What?
Yeah, nobody called the cops.
Was it ICE?
I don't know. Oh, maybe. Oh, fucking bastards.
And that kind of, you start get all the biggest, heaviest stuff you can, throw it at the car.
I was furious, but I couldn't sleep. It was like it took me like an hour, and finally they tore away from the building. So clearly somebody must have shown up, but I don't know if it was who they were looking for or whatever. But god damn it, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Somebody went down to the street and was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Either that, or like someone finally called the police because
Yeah.
I was trying to fall asleep on the couch at that point, but.
Yeah.
Fucking people, man. They're just the worst.
You were sleeping on the couch?
Well, I was trying. Like, I couldn't sleep in the bed. Our bedroom is like right against it's the outside of
I get you.
So I was like, there's no way I was going to get to sleep there. So I'm like, I guess I'll try and sleep on the couch or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's like an hour later, finally ended.
Bunch
of bullshit.
Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, it's been quite a weekend. Went to the Morbid show.
Yeah, heard of it.
It was a delightful little show there.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I had very little to do with it.
Michael worked his ass off.
Pretty much everything to do with it.
Yeah. It's too bad that they didn't announce that all of the furniture was like from the what's that fucking movie?
Oh, Hocus Pocus. Yeah.
Hocus Pocus. That place would have gone fucking insane if they'd announced that.
Yeah. So hey, if any of you were at the Morbid live show on Friday or tonight, as a matter of fact, which is a Sunday, all that furniture on the stage is from the Hocus Pocus film.
Yeah.
Also, please take in the stage setting. My boyfriend
nice.
did a wonderful job.
He worked very hard on it, and if you were there, a certain Howdy Doody doll is coming home.
Hopefully, maybe. I mean, I think so.
I hope so. I have my eyes really set on that awful musty doll,
because I don't want that shit in my apartment either. I don't want like old waterlogged puppets in my house.
Yeah, no. And then after that, tonight, moments like 10 minutes ago, I walked in the door after Haunted Overload orientation night was tonight. We go down.
Oh, that's your haunted house.
Yes.
Or your haunted cornfield. What the fuck is that?
It is a mile long walk through the woods at Demerit Hill Farm. It's an apple orchard, but like it's a little plot of woods.
It's a slice of heaven.
My God, is it? You weave your way through it. There's all these delightful little sets built. Like if you go over their website, like every spooky girl in New England has gone over there and posed in a wide brim hat, standing on the steps of the mansion.
Oh, they have a mansion as well.
There's a mansion in the woods. A mansion. They're just building another one. They build a.
Oh, they built it. This isn't like this is not like someone's home. Just in the woods.
You know what? I'm gonna give you guys the free passes they gave me so that you can come up and just take in the splendor of this event.
Listen, I don't like New Hampshire.
You can come up and you can go to Fright Night Light. It's the Thursday night show. There's no actors. It's just all the lights and sound effects and spooky bullshit without people leaping out and going booga booga.
I hate to break it to you. We are recording every Thursday night in October.
Are we?
Yes.
Oh, so sweet that I can sign up for all the Sunday night shows. But yeah,
we're also recording every Sunday night in October. Just FYI.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
There's a couple Fridays in there too for other shows.
Yeah, but I'm so fucking excited. I tested out my full costume, and boy, is it a hassle to put on. Jesus Christ. But it rules. It's a fucking kick-ass costume. I'm very excited. I worked very hard on it. And then as I went to put the little wreath of thorns over my eyes, the clasp broke, and I have no idea how I'm going to fix it. So I'm really
Son of a bitch.
I have we were standing in line, we're, about to do the little meeting at the end, get the pizza and get our passes and our t-shirt and learn the rules. And one of the actors came up to me because I'm wearing the Bring Me the X shirt. And she said, I just want you to know, I listen to your show all the time.
Oh,
and I was I was so fucking flattered. Casey, that meant the world to me.
Yeah. Get it, Casey.
Yeah. So also I have a couple of passes. So we get free passes, and I have a couple of passes that I don't think I have anybody to give them to. So I may find a way to do a giveaway to a listener who's reasonably local or is willing to travel. Let me tell you, it's a fucking attraction worth traveling for. People last year we had people from Germany who traveled from Germany to go to this thing.
Wow.
So yeah, maybe I got a couple of passes. Maybe I'll
from Germany. That is a long way.
A long way to go. Yeah.
If someone was like, "Hey, do you want to go to Germany?" I'd be like, "Well, yeah, I would love to go to Germany." But if I was in Germany and someone was like, "Hey, do you want to go to New Hampshire?" I'd be like, never heard of it.
A little tucked away down there.
Mm-hmm.
We got a show for you. We got a show for you tonight.
Woo-hoo.
Oh boy, yeah. So let's get to the talking before somebody on YouTube says that we talk about our own shit too much. In your face. It's hard to explain to someone who never had the experience what a trip to the video store was like back in the day. Shelves were choked with absolutely bizarre crap made on tiny budgets, very much like this movie. This is very much a 99-cent rental.
Oh yeah.
Movie. Holy shit. Completely divorced from any recognizable reality, and it was the best. We intend to talk about every one of them. Just before we get into it, a little housekeeping. If you want to keep up with us between episodes, you can also find us on Instagram at Bring Me the Axe Pod. Dave's over there at that werewolf. Follow Dave for art. Follow me for monster costume shit.
Stuff.
That's kind of what I'm up to. The next month is going to be a lot of Haunted Overload shit. And then probably our trip to California.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We got that going on. And if you don't know, we have another show called Bring Me the Axe. Our latest episode covering Vacation of Terror 2, Diabolical Birthday. It's out now.
Vacaciones de Terror.
Yeah. Oh, Cumpleaños Diabolicos. That's out now, and Jesus Christ. It sounds like we're just making a movie up. Yeah, we'll be back next week with a look at the BBC Halloween stunt, Ghost Watch.
I love that movie.
I do too. I just bought the 101 Blu-ray. Yeah. Yep, you can also contact us directly at 99centrentalpod@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or suggestions. Do let us know if there's a cheesy movie that you love and would like to hear it. Give it the business. I am going to stop stumbling over everything. If you'd like to support us on Patreon, you can look us up over there, patreon.com/bringmetheaxepod. There's a couple of tiers you can join there. Subscribers at the $5 a month tier can look forward to our bi-weekly X-Files rewatch pod. Do you think I'm spooky? I encourage you to check it out. We're in season 2.
Hundreds of hours of content.
And it's only getting bigger.
Okay, I don't think it's actually hundreds of hours, but it's
close. It's fucking close. Yeah. There's also our monthly Bring Me the Axe Millennium Edition, which is a bonus episode in which we explore a modern horror movie. The current episode is Rob Eggers' Nosferatu.
Still.
And then in just a couple of days, The Autopsy of Jane Doe drops.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Get on it. That's a good movie, man. Yep. There's also my bi-weekly radio DJ show, Radio Free Haddonfield, and the weeks when Do You Think I'm Spooky is off. You can expect a surprising mixtape of everything from rock to disco to punk over there. All Patreon subscribers, even the free tier, get access to our Discord server. Hop on in. Shoot the shit with us. You know what movie we were talking about the other night?
What?
The Baby.
Oh, Jesus. That fucking movie is gross.
I got Mason to watch The Baby. And man alive, did it work out? Paying dividends, because she also watched Butcher Baker.
Okay, now that is a movie.
I said that The Baby is a great double feature with Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker. Yep. Paying members get access to additional channels, voice and video chat, and watch parties option. Come on in. watch movies with us on Friday night.
Mm-hmm. You watch Dirty Dancing. You watch Dirty Dancing Havana Nights.
No. I acquiesced to your insistence of Dirty Dancing.
Oh yeah, no, it's going on the schedule next year.
No,
God, I love
Havana,
that movie.
no Dirty Dancing 2.
I've never seen it. I imagine it's trash.
It's probably egregious garbage.
Yeah.
Yep. Once again, patreon.com/bringmetheaxpod. And lastly, if you like what you hear, you can subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. We're also on YouTube. Search us by name and subscribe if you prefer to consume your podcast that way. And you'll be doing us a favor by leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So, I don't know what you're waiting for.
Yeah, if you need recommendations on what to say, it is now stew season. And so if you have a stew recipe, I welcome stew recipe.
Your favorite stew. Tell us what your favorite stew is. And this includes disco stew and stew mocker.
But if you have, there's not recipes for those though. So
no. But just
okay.
people.
If you have to,
everybody loves a stew mocker.
That's true.
Yep. Yeah. And if you listen on YouTube, do us a favor, give the episode a like and leave a comment. We love hearing from you guys. Yeah. Just want to get that all out of the way right at the top of the show so we can show you the trailer. Ooh. Or you can listen to the trailer. You know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Once, she was quite beautiful. But that was another lifetime. Now, she has a new face. A new form. And revenge on her mind.
Would you be willing to die for your friend?
Craig is dead.
Not just dead, murdered. His luck ran out, that's all.
But I know this guy.
Even he couldn't keep her alive, but he recreated her. The perfect combination of android and fatal attraction.
I think I know who did it, and I'm certain that there's more to come.
For once in your life, walk away from something before you get hurt. If you try to go to the feds or the DA, I will kill you.
If you think you can escape.
See how terribly wrong you all were?
You simply don't know her. Even hell has no fury bloody enough for this woman. David Naughton of An American Werewolf in London. Bruce Davidson of Longtime Companion.
Pretty. Very pretty.
And Claire Wren of No Man's Land. Steel and lace.
Whew.
It's pretty weird that they're like Bruce Davison of Longtime Companion.
I was gonna say, is that a movie that I should know?
No,
because
Longtime Companion.
It won a bunch of awards, and he won an award for it.
It's a fairly significant movie in terms of gay things, in terms of AIDS.
Right. Because it's about
public awareness of AIDS, but like beyond that, it's one of the very early AIDS movies.
He did a couple of AIDS movies. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird that that's the one where, hey, this movie's hot or garbage, and I fucking love it.
Oh my God. It is exactly the movie that like I think of when we talk about like what the sort of movies that this podcast is about.
Yep.
Because like this is exactly that. Because not only is it hot garbage, hot, delightful, delicious garbage. It is like a double quarter pounder with cheese. It's like delicious and really bad for you.
Yeah, it's quintessential made for like direct to video.
That is the other thing, is this movie was never intended for a theatrical presentation. It did
get one, very small, but
it was formatted specifically when they shot it for fucking televisions.
Yeah. Yeah, like this was peak direct to video. That is like what drove, it was the impetus for this movie.
Yeah, and I think, though I'm not positive, because the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray is sourced from a 35 millimeter interpositive. I think they shot it on 16. Because in the documentary that's on the disc, the editor keeps talking about how he was editing on a 16 millimeter table. And I was like, they shot this on 16?
Well, if he's editing on one, it'd have to be. You can't go
like the original.
Go down.
Like the negative was a 35 millimeter, or it was a 16 millimeter film. That's crazy. Though I suppose if you're just going to kick this thing off to videotape, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, you'd still edit it that way though. If shot on film.
Yeah. God damn, yeah. Fun movie. Steel and Lace has a title like a V.C. Andrews novel.
But you know what? I think even that is intentional. Like this movie is, like I said, this is peak direct to video, but it's like it checks all the boxes where it's like tawdry images, check, boobs, check and check. Like it's just all that like kind of, you know, when around this time and then like into the 90s, direct to video movies, like they were real kind of soft-core-y.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of real like Red Shoe Diaries sexiness to them.
Yeah. There were all of these little companies. Fred Olin Ray stuff was always a little sexy. There was all this stuff that was sort of like intended to be kicked off to late night HBO and Showtime, not the Skinemax stuff, because that stuff was legit softcore porn. But this stuff was like always like just a little sexy, a lot of boobs, you know, a lot of TNA.
But it's also extremely violent.
Like
remarkably violent.
And it was so surprising because this was one of those, like we said in the last one when we were teasing this, is I had this on my watch list for a really long time. And I think you had gotten it through the subscription or something. And so I had no real idea what the movie was about. And so it just like, I did that little like letterbox watch list roulette thing and it came up and I was like, I'll see if I can track down a streaming version. And I did. And like the first like 15 to 20 minutes of this plods along.
A little bit. But once this movie gets going, holy shit.
Then she kills the first victim. And I was like, oh my God, I have never been so in. Like, we are so back right now. I have never been more interested in a movie than I am right now. Because the murders in this are fucking unreal.
Yeah, they are extremely clever. Well, and there's a reason for that. Because the director, who has directed very few things, but he has a very long and sort of illustrious career in special effects.
Yes, but his special effects are not the like rubber stuff. He's done a lot of animation.
And like, I would say this stuff has
effects.
a lot of like, I mean, there's some rubber. There's like a lot of practical stuff, but there's like, I think pretty.
Oh yeah, there is a ton of rubber effects in this. But it's a company called Soda that I think was the like physical special effects house that he worked with, like on other movies. I think that they did a lot of stuff with Full Moon at the time, and they've done some stuff for Empire. Because there's a lot of, this is like one of the most, when I looked at the credits list of this, and it not necessarily these people, but the people that these people worked with were all of them. Roger Corman, Charles Band, Albert Pune, and like all of them just like interchangeably worked on them. And a couple of times they would branch out and they would do something truly impressive. Like this movie's director like worked on the Terminator, a couple of other like big budget.
And you can feel all of those influences on this movie because it is a hard one to pin down in terms of where it's coming from.
This
in terms of the zeitgeist.
Even in the trailer, it says like part woman, part machine. And at the end, I wanted to be like all cop.
Basically, yes.
Because it's like Robocop, but like sexy.
Like, you know, they wanted Cynthia Rothrock in this movie.
Oh, shit.
But she was probably like, oh, they couldn't afford that.
Or she was like too busy off in Hong Kong. So let's stop beating around the bush here. Let's talk facts.
Mm-hmm.
So the year was 1991. Year of our Lord. So here are some other crappy movies released in 1991.
All of them.
Scanners 2, The New Order came out.
Scanners 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, man. Not a good movie.
You didn't need a sequel. You didn't need several sequels.
No,
actually.
You know what? Scanner Cop is really fucking good. You know it's not really fucking good? The Omen 4, The Awakening.
Yeah, look, The Omen 1 is not that good. So it's really a question of diminishing returns there.
This was a made-for-TV movie, too.
Oof. That's tough.
Yep. Also, Howling 5, The Freaks came out in 91.
Getting a lot of sequels here.
I got nothing but sequels except for one. And that movie that's not a sequel, Body Parts.
Oh, also not a good movie.
Nope, not a good
weird
fucking movie at all. And rounding it out, Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker came out in 1991.
Is that the one with Mickey Rooney?
Yes.
Yeah, and the kid from Pumpkinhead.
Yes.
Society.
Yeah, not again. Having absolutely nothing to do with Silent Night, Deadly Night.
No, it's an extremely strange movie.
Yeah.
And very gay.
Is it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So our cast and crew includes a director named Ernest D. Farino.
Ernesto Farino.
Yep. Not Italian, though.
Nope.
No. As you mentioned up top, not really a features director. Apart from some television, he directed a couple of features for Charles Band's Moonbeam label.
Mm-hmm. Josh Kirby, Time Warrior.
That's the right, yeah, because Moonbeam was Charles Band's
the kids imprint,
family imprint. Yeah.
Yep.
But his work in special effects is prolific, to say the least, beginning with Don Dohler's ambitious Maryland horror movies. I was really surprised to find that out. I think that's a very fucking adorable thing, is that this guy started out in a backyard horror movie scene and then made his way to Hollywood.
I mean, I guess. Not directing.
But no, he worked on The Alien Factor and Night Beast.
Night Beast is really something.
Very silly movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He stayed busy with Band's Empire label, and then he also worked on The Thing and The Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
He did all of the, I think, all
and
of the
Cyborg.
And Cyborg.
My favorite movie, Cyborg.
I think the stuff that he did for The Thing were all of the computer graphics of the Thing cells taking over and stuff.
Okay. So he's down the list somewhere.
Yeah. He was not working with Rick Baker or Rob Bottin, rather. Mm-hmm. No, animation, stop motion, and early computer VFX were his thing. And you can see he does a whole lot of computer animations in this one, really, really, really primitive stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot. This has a real TV feel to it. This has a not, if it weren't so violent and had a lot of nudity in it, I would say this feels very USA.
Yeah. This was definitely, they would have run a very cut version of this on Up All Night for sure.
It probably wouldn't even have to be that cut. There's
no, the only thing that they ever really cut from Up All Night was nudity.
Yeah. And there's not that much violence in this. There's a couple scenes. Everything else is just kind of implied.
Yeah. Our cast includes Bruce Davidson, the original Willard.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. He's an actor that I feel like I saw in every other TV show in the 80s.
Yeah, he's been in everything.
But it seems his story really kind of takes flight in the 90s and the 2000s, maybe beginning with this role, with his role in The Crucible.
No, he was nominated for an Oscar, I think.
For Longtime Companion.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe. I looked at it.
But he was on the Harry and the Hendersons TV show. Remember that show?
I don't remember that show.
It was on for 4 years, 5 years.
Is that one we're gonna end up talking about on the X-Files show? Or
I don't
does that
think
predate
so.
That?
I think it was gone by then.
Okay. He was the evil anti-mutant activist Robert Kelly in the X-Men movies, and you saw him and loved him, maybe, in Robert Zombert's Lord of Salem.
Oh, that's right, he is in that.
Yeah.
Robert Zombert.
you know, Robert Zombert. We've also got Stacy Haiduk, who is true soap opera royalty.
Yep.
Check this shit out. 500 episodes of Days of Our Lives.
So that's a couple weeks.
I know, it really is, right? She played 5 different characters on Days of Our Lives. Mm-hmm. She was in 200 episodes of The Young and the Restless, also playing 5 different characters.
Got her.
She's in 50 episodes of All My Children, also playing 3 characters.
You gotta hustle.
Gotta always be
the young person's game.
You gotta have legs, man. You gotta be moving. Yep. It's just like a real soap opera hat trick where she just like played like a million characters on each one. She also appeared in all 8 episodes of that ridiculous primetime soap Kindred the Embrace.
Oh,
based on
is that the vampire one?
That's the Vampire the Masquerade one.
That's real fucking bad.
It's so bad. It's so fucking terrible. And the incredibly fucking weird horror movie Luther the Geek, where the killer clucks like a chicken and kills people with his metal teeth.
But listen, that movie is surprisingly good.
I enjoy the shit out of Luther the Geek. Yeah. And then lastly, rounding it out, when I looked this guy's credits up, I was blown the fuck away. Michael Cerveris, 2-time Tony Award winner.
You're just going to skip over David Naughton?
I got David Naughton. And everybody knows who fucking David Naughton is.
Because I wanted to ask what happened to David Naughton.
I would imagine that they got David Naughton was like read the script and was like, hell yeah, I'll do this. But his rate was too high. So they had him for like 2 days. And then
here's my question.
And then they let Stacy Haiduk do all the police work.
Because David Naughton, for those who don't know, is the star of American Werewolf in London. Arguably one of the more difficult roles of that era of horror. Now my question is David Naughton just not a good actor? Because you'd think after a role like that, you get whatever the fuck you want. What does he do? Hot Dog the movie.
I can only think of, when I think of him, apart from this, the only other movie that I can readily bring to mind that I know he's in is American Werewolf in London.
And Hot Dog the movie.
But just because you mentioned it. What was the last? We mentioned Hot Dog recently, didn't we?
Yes. I can't remember why.
The director also made Hamburger the motion picture?
Yes.
The fuck was that?
Oh, it's got to be one of these movies we were talking about. Was it Killer Clowns?
It was Killer Clowns. Also, this movie has a Killer Clowns connection.
That's right. The music.
Yep. So Cerveris, he's the guy who took up the role of Hedwig in Hedwig and the Angry Inch off Broadway after John Cameron Mitchell split.
Weird.
Yeah. And he played Hedwig for like a while because eventually that one moves to the Beacon, I want to say.
Is he a singer?
Yeah, because he does a ton of musicals.
Okay.
Because he won 2 Tonys for playing John Wilkes Booth in Assassins on Broadway. Mm-hmm. He played Sweeney Todd on Broadway.
Ooh,
for which he was again, he did not win, but he was nominated for several Tonys.
Which is weird because he's not very good in this movie. He also has a very limited role in this movie.
He is so weird. Also, he's got like a bald spot, and
he does.
They shoot him from the front deliberately.
Yeah, because it looks like he's wearing one of those Davy Crockett hats.
He looks like he stole Pedro Fernandez's mullet from Vacation to Terror 2.
Yep, and then just put it in a beautiful ponytail. Yeah. I got some notes about that.
Yeah. He was on 24 episodes of Fame, the TV show.
Oh, I loved that show when I was a child.
I recall watching that Sunday afternoons. Oh. Yep. He also was the observer on Fringe.
Okay. I think I watched maybe the first season of that. That's the one with the cop or the FBI? And yes. Walter?
It's the weird science
Pacey?
one.
Pacey was in that?
Pacey was on it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I watched the first couple seasons, I think.
Yeah, it was a good show. I always felt that one was sort of like the spiritual successor to the X-Files.
Mm-hmm. Takes place in Boston, quote unquote.
Yep. Dude just chewing up scenery and wearing some aggressive shoulder pads.
Yeah, this movie is aesthetically is as late 80s as you get.
Yeah. This movie, as we said, produced with televisions in mind. The preferred aspect ratio is 4:3.
Yeah.
Which is just insane to me. But when I put it on to watch it, I went to do the 16:9 and the fucking a message comes up that's hey, just so you know, they really meant for you to watch this in 4:3. So I was like, thanks, Vinegar Syndrome. And I went back and watched
my
it the other way.
strategy, whenever I have those options, I just choose whatever the default is because it's like that's the one that you're supposed to watch. That's the one they mean
But
for
I
you
looked
to
at that number and I was like, that can't be that can't be the one they expect me to watch. Nope.
So you watch it in standard definition?
Yep. Dave Dakota has a producer credit on this movie. One of my favorite sleazy low budget guys.
Oh yeah.
He has over 100 director credits, having worked with Corman at New World and Band at Empire, Full Moon, and beyond.
What are half of those movies?
Okay, so I've mentioned it elsewhere, but somebody once described his gay werewolf movies as boxer briefs horror to me, and I've never been able to shake that. I think that's the funniest shit. But like half of his movies are the Brotherhood and Brotherhood sequels, and a series called 1313.
Yep.
And they're all basically like gay, like it's not obvious, but it's like seriously homoerotic, like alternatives to the that other like long horror series Witchcraft that we're always dunking on whenever Elena's on.
Yeah, he so those I think Brotherhood was on, I think, Logo or Here originally. Really? I think so. And he's made a lot of gay pornography. Like a lot of it.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah,
I mean, obviously under a different name, but he has made a lot.
Oh yeah, right. Like if you go to his IMDb, it lists like all of his aliases. He's got like more aliases than Jess Franco.
Yeah, I think a dear sweet friend of the show, Sean Abley, has interviewed him, I think, a bunch of times, and he's published a lot of that on his website. He's a really interesting guy. Not David Dakota, Sean is also a very interesting guy, but David Dakota is interesting. He's worth looking into because his commitment to low budget is laudable.
He's sort of like the spiritual successor to Roger Corman in a lot of ways. It's just that like his approach was very much of the time where eventually I kind of feel like Corman sort of aged out and stopped giving a shit, and it was up to guys like real sleaze masters like Fred Olen Ray and I would put
them a little bit beneath Roger Corman. Roger Corman
I would certainly put them because it's sort of like it is the sort of law of diminishing returns where like the further from the origin you get, the worse things get, but they still sort of maintain the spirit.
They start out at a level that Corman would have never sunk to.
I don't know. Have you ever seen Carnosaur?
I haven't, but he was not directly in that. He was out of the game by that point.
Yeah. But again, like if Dakota's movies weren't such like fucking dog shit, I think he would be a great subject for a Pride series.
Yeah, I mean, there's some that are worth watching. He's got a few that are like they're like kind of his creepazoids, like his movie that kind of is elevated to a point where it, like most people would be like, yeah, I can see this on HBO.
Yeah. The original title of this movie was Lady Lazarus.
It's I think that's a better title.
It certainly explains it tells you more about what this movie is. Yeah. And then the movie was written by a guy named Joseph Doherty, who was, like a lot of people on this movie, a television guy. So that's why I think this movie feels so TV.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who worked on this movie come from television.
Yeah.
Because they're cheaper.
So as he is writing this movie, he is winning an Emmy for his writing on the show 30-something. So like we've got all of these like weird credits on here, like from people in this movie who I'm just like, what are you doing in this picture? Because you are a Tony Award winner. You have won an Emmy, sir.
Yeah, but they're not movie people.
No.
But it's sort of like why Jennifer Aniston has never really had a movie career take off. It's like, because you're a TV person.
Yeah. But the thing that I found out about this was like everybody just was so delighted by the script and they were just like, fuck it. Yeah, hell yes, I'll make this movie. And because they were also just like on board and understood what they were doing, they enjoyed making the movie. And the product is remarkably charming in spite of the fact that it's objectively bad.
Yeah, I mean, and put a pin in that because I do want to talk about the subject matter of this movie because at its core, this is a rape revenge film.
Okay, all right. I'll be interested to see where you go with that because I also have thoughts on that as well because this movie is also remarkable in a particular way. All right. So, he has since gone on to do really big things as well, writing numerous primetime soaps in the 90s. And
he wrote Cast a Deadly Spell. You ever seen that movie?
Yes, I have seen that movie. I have a note right here. It's a fun movie, yeah. And 150 episodes of Pretty Little Liars.
I don't even know what that is. I always get that confused with a show that was on HBO.
It's another one of the
it's like a teen show, right?
A teen primetime soap.
Okay. Yeah, there's a show on HBO that I get it confused with a lot. That's like a very serious show.
The budget was $350,000.
The budget was $5.
Just doesn't look like that in parts.
And
like
everybody gets some Jack in the Box at the end of the day.
they actually said that at their premiere party, it was like saltines and water.
Okay.
Yeah, but like everybody on the movie was extremely young and motivated. Like they were all kind of coming into film at the same time. And everybody just wanted to do their best on this one. And so that's why this movie is so like imminently watchable and enjoyable.
Yeah. It's also, it's pulling from, it's an exploitation movie in as much as it's pulling from more popular stuff like The Terminator and Robocop. And there's a movie that came out right around this time called Eve of Destruction. And had Gregory Hines in it. Yeah. It has a very similar plot, but has a much bigger budget and is far more coherent and less sleazy.
Yep.
And arguably way less fun.
I remember seeing it on video, and I
had to look it up because I had forgotten about it. And then as soon as I saw the poster, I was like, oh, right.
Whatever happened to Gregory Hines?
Is he dead?
I don't think so.
He was on Will and Grace for a while.
Yeah.
I think that's the last thing I remember him being in. I think he's died. Maybe he didn't.
I don't know. Yeah, yes, he died in 2003.
Okay. So there you go.
So that's
where he is. That's where he's been.
That's what Gregory Hines is up to these days.
That's what he's been up to. Not much.
Nope. The music was by John Massari, who composed the score for Killer Clowns.
And John Massari, I will say, John Massari is one of the most enthusiastic people when it comes to like the shit he's worked on.
Again, all of these people just love making movies. They were all they were all gigantic movie nerds who were just like we get to make like a sci-fi movie where like a robot lady murders a bunch of shitty dudes and like there's some crazy special effects. Like hell yes, I'll do that.
I love that. Because there is nothing worse. My public persona, I think, is one in which I'm quite cantankerous. And in real life, I am a little bit cantankerous, but I am far more joyful probably than it would seem. But one of the things I love, probably more than anything when it comes to movies, is when you can tell that people had fun doing what they're doing.
Yeah, you are an enthusiasm enthusiast.
I am. And conversely, when people are shitty about what they're doing, it really ruins them for me. Like Christian Bale, I cannot fucking stand Christian Bale because he's such a shitty prima donna.
Yeah.
And anyone who does method acting, because it's like, oh, you're just looking for an excuse to be abusive is what you're doing.
Right.
Because no one's ever like method when they're in the role of like Baker on a Hallmark movie. It's always when they beat their wives.
Yeah.
Or when they're Krug in Last House on the Left.
Was Jesus Christ?
Yeah, he was a real shitbag on that movie. Yeah.
No shit.
He would like terrorize the women on set to the point where I think Wes Craven had to be like, hey man, cut the shit or you're out of this fucking movie.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, what do you got? Were there any reviews?
There were.
Okay, cool.
Not a lot. Like they are characteristic of most TV movies. They are shorter reviews, but I'm going to start with one that it's not a review as such. It's not a professional review. It comes from the old IMDb users.
Oh, good.
And I am specifically not mentioning people's names just because I think they're stupid and hilarious, but I don't want to be that shitty and call them out for it. So this is from IMDb. I bought this video. That's the first sentence. I bought this video. There's just something about the tagline, she's all woman and all machine, that speaks to me. Actually, it shouts at me. The video screamed, why are you not watching me? I had to obey. Steel and Lace is about a robo-babe, capitalized robo-babe, which is interesting.
All right. I mean, probably
on the rampage. A hot blonde rape victim kills herself. Yeah, I'm just going to go there with
these guys. You know, I love an enthusiastic IMDb review that just has no awareness of itself.
Zero. A hot blonde rape victim kills herself after being denied justice. Her scientist brother won't let those filthy rapists get away with it. He creates a new high-tech version of his sister, Robo-Babe. His robot sister embarks on a mission of truth, justice, and dismembering lots of rapists. You know, if I had read that and not seen this movie, I would stop whatever I was doing and watch this movie.
It's because here's the thing. If I saw this movie and it was shouting, and I saw the box and it was shouting at me like, why are you not watching this movie? Like I had very much had that experience. Because after I was drawn into it and was immediately suckered, I was like, I got on the phone with you and was like, you got to watch this fucking movie. And then I think the next day you did, and you were like, you know what? You're right. Put it on the list.
And unfortunately, this is one of those movies that also elicits several reviews that are like, boobs.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, God, you guys.
It's like, have you never seen him in a movie before?
Or on the internet or in real life?
Well, probably not in real life.
Jesus.
These are like movie reviews written by Beavis and Butthead.
Exactly. And now I'll take you to the, I don't want to say professionals, but the people who write these for money.
Semi-pro.
Yeah. Because we're not getting any Vincent Canbys in here.
No, nope.
No Sheila Bennett's.
No Sheila Bennett.
So this is the New York Daily News. Director Ernest Farino invests his formula plot with stylish, authentic suspense and a well-developed characters, brought to life by an able cast that includes former Laverne and Shirley regular David L. Lander as an over-enthusiastic medical examiner.
That, when he got on screen, I was like, shut the fuck up. I can't believe this movie just got even better.
In sum, Steel and Lace rates as a worthy rental item for genre fans.
Okay. Was that from like Starlog or something?
That is New York Daily News.
Okay.
That's about as big as we're going to get. The Charlotte Observer. Considering that he's a sure bet for an Oscar nomination come February, Bruce Davison probably now regrets making this filler fodder.
Or does he?
Co-starring David Naughton, it's a sci-fi thriller about a murderous female robot. Wonder if she's related to the one in Eve of Destruction.
Oh.
Now, this was one of my favorites. This is from Karen Reynolds, the Log Cabin Democrat, who apparently reviewed real low budget direct-to-video shit for the newspaper. So she gives
the Log Cabin
Democrat, not the Log Cabin Republicans.
Okay.
So she gives a little bit of a plot outline, and then she gets to the end. It says, "Has Kaylee come back for her revenge, or is someone else equally determined to do her rapists in? Rated R, I give this one a 8. Not an 8, she gives it a 8, which drives me crazy."
She's like the Anthony Fantano of movie reviews. I'm feeling a light 8 on this one.
Yeah, she's like, hey, this movie is a lot of drivel and crap. I'm gonna give it an 8. I don't know if that's an 8 out of 100. I have no idea.
Because she really came away the same way that we did, where she's like, look, this movie is trash, but it's good.
Pretty much every review I read was like, this movie is absolute garbage. But hey, if you like this stuff, you're probably gonna like this movie a lot. I mean, here we go. This is from Paul Vestal from the Maine Morning Sentinel. The plot of this sci-fi action cop drama will be fairly familiar. The violence is just that, very violent. For a B-grade flick, the effects aren't bad and the acting is average. If the jacket's okay by you, meaning the box art, the cruise will occupy your time and not bore you. Check it out, but wear a rubber suit. I'm not sure why he felt the need to inject metaphor there at the end, but because it's a little confusing. Because that's pretty much that. I mean, I cut out a little bit, but that's pretty much the whole review.
That's great.
So the consensus is, this movie is weird, and if you like weird sci-fi direct-to-video stuff, this one's for you. It also, so this one makes me think a lot of like the early 90s techno horror, man's best friend, hello. There's a lot of that going on, but I want to talk, before we get into the movie portion, I want to talk about the rape revenge part of this, because that is essentially what this movie is. It's right. A very
and throughout the 1980s and 70s, this was a super common trope.
And I don't like those movies.
I don't either. I don't either. And I'll just say it. Why I don't like it is because I find sexual violence to be very unpleasant. And I think one of the reasons for that is that these movies that sort of depict it always feel like they have to put it in there and put like a sort of make it sexy. There's always like nudity and shit involved in it to kind of, I don't know, turn you on. There's
a titillation to it that I find kind of in very poor taste.
Extremely poor taste, because you should not be watching this scene and being like, hey, all right.
Now that is exactly how I feel about it. I really don't like torture in movies, and I don't like sexual violence. And I would argue that there's a very thin line between both of those things.
Yeah.
And so that is why I don't like rape revenge movies. Now, having said that, I do recognize that at their best, they can be sort of a powerful exercise in feminism. I'm told that movie Revenge is very good in sort of in that sense. That's Carol, is it Farragut? Whoever made The Substance.
Yeah.
It's her first movie. I'm told that that's quite good. There are other movies. Terminal Island is another one that's written and directed by a woman from 1973. That movie fucking rules. Mm-hmm. It's pretty light on the sexual violence, but it is like women get revenge. I guess if you're not put off by the genre, people like I Spit on Your Grave. I really don't.
No, like one of the like earliest feminist horror blogs that I can remember was called Day of the Woman, and that's the original title of I Spit on Your Grave. Mm-hmm. And so there's something there. I'm gonna let the feminists.
I mean, I think before
diagnose that. I don't like that movie at all. I find it extremely unpleasant.
Before They Call Her One Eye got hijacked and recut as a porno, that I would argue also is similar in that way. Like there is a sort of empowering element to it. I guess if you were written by or directed by a woman, I think there is something there. I suppose men can make a feminist movie. There's no reason why they can't. They just tend not to. There is also something about this movie that I think it's very interesting, the way that they portray the rape itself, because they don't actually show much of anything.
They go right up to the edge. They make it known in no uncertain terms that this is how this movie starts. This is them sort of dropping us into it. They run you right up to the edge and then they cut away. You don't need to see it. You just know. That's bad enough.
And I prefer that, but I also wonder how much that affects the viewer's ability, and in this case, my ability, to connect and sort of have much more empathy for the main character.
Yeah.
Because you don't actually see her go through any of this. So as much as I'm like, I know I know guys are shitty, and I know this thing was supposed to have happened to her, so I'm totally on board as she starts, cutting them up and everything. But it doesn't feel as satisfying as, say, when the Mary's parents killed the three people at the end of Last House on the Left.
Right.
Or the weird Italian Last House on the Left knockoff I watched the other night.
House on the Edge of the Park.
No, not that one. What is it? Murder Train? Midnight Murder Train?
Oh, right.
Which is like, it's literally the same movie.
No shit, I did not know that.
Yeah, and those two movies are ripping off a movie that is not about rape per se, but it does, I think, sexual violence is implied in Virgin Spring.
Yeah.
I'm interested in it, but I don't like them, so I don't want to explore them as a subject.
Yeah, like I'm the same way. Like I doubt we'll ever really get too deep into that. Like I'm not interested in doing like a Miss 45 or anything like that,
No, but there is the other thing I think is really interesting about this is that it sort of leans really hard into that sort of nascent idea that corporations are like run by self-interested monsters.
Yeah.
Like there's two things about this surprisingly progressive movie is like, it is weirdly feminist. And well, I don't know. It's a man who's sort of behind it all.
Feminist-ish.
Yeah. And there is this kind of anti-corporate message where it's just like, hey, all corporations are fucking scumbags. It's cool to go in there and kill everyone at the top.
Yeah. Murdering corporate enterprise is good, actually.
Yeah. And so my last big off the top thought on this one, the sound in this movie is mastered for shit. It is aggressively loud at some points and then very quiet at others.
I had to turn the subtitles on, which I hate doing that. But I had to because I could not keep the volume. I could not keep turning it up and turning it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I live in a building surrounded by other people, so I'm like, try to be conscious of that. So I'm like, I gotta turn it up because I can't hear them. And then
like the dude outside is like with
his
booty bass.
Oh, he doesn't live in this building. He would never do that. You don't do that to your neighbors. You don't do it to your neighbors. Well, there you go. Yeah. Those are my thoughts off the dome.
Love it. So shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So we open on the mean streets of Burbank, California. Yeah. A news report from the LA County Courthouse where a verdict is reached in the rape case against yuppie real estate psycho Daniel Emerson is going down. Mm-hmm. His victim, Gailey Morton, has to endure weeks of bitter legal maneuvering to reach this point. Her brother, a robot scientist named Albert Morton, is there with her for support.
And these two have such strong sexual chemistry, it makes me very uncomfortable. Why didn't they just make it her husband or something? Because it is very odd the way they behave.
It is wicked weird. And a little later on, it's not going to get much better.
No.
It's important to know that he ditched his gig at NASA's AI lab to be here. Mm-hmm. So keep that in mind. Emerson's shithead real estate bros have also been on hand to testify that Daniel couldn't have been the guy because he was elsewhere.
But also, his shithead real estate bros are also the perpetrators of this crime. It's very strange that they're not also on trial.
I know.
He's just the only one. Because I guess it's implied that, like, he's the one who actually assaulted her, and they were just kind of there.
They were the ones who were, like, holding her down and licking her neck and shit.
But guess what? That's also sexual assault.
Yeah. So now we flash back to the night in question. Gailey, a musician, is seen cornered by Emerson's goons as she's getting into her car.
And yeah, so we are to believe that in his spare time, the head of this major real estate corporation just rolls with a group of violent rapists who prowl the alleys for victims? What's going on here? How did we get here?
Sounds about right.
I mean, I live in Boston. It's not that surprising.
So they drag her into an alley and terrorize her until their Patrick Bateman-esque boss comes along, looking like the singer for Queensryche and terrible crimes.
He really does.
He does. He looks like Jeff Tate. It's crazy. Yep. Terrible crimes are strongly suggested. Mm-hmm. Back in the courtroom, the jury delivers the verdict. Emerson
and the rapists cheer wildly.
Emerson is acquitted due to lack of evidence against him. And the room goes nuts. No one can believe it. Emerson's bro squad is just elated.
But you know who's not? The courtroom sketch artist. Why, she's too busy being quite taken with the victim.
Yeah, her subject.
And her lover brother. her brother lover.
Gailey is devastated. As she leaves the courtroom, the press rush her. Albert escorts her to a nearby stairwell while he deals with them. Out in the stretch, the boys are celebrating with some Dom P.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Danny in his ridiculous jacket with shoulder pads like a linebacker.
I mean, he like B. Arthur on fucking Golden Girls.
He looks like Max Headroom.
Yeah. It is a bold look. And I wonder if the costumier looked at him and was like, no, you have weak shoulders. Got to do something about that.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm kidding. There's no costume person on this movie.
No. He informs them that he's rewarding them with partnership in their future business endeavors. Just for their loyalty,
Mm-hmm. I can't think of anyone else who would do something like that. A real estate guy who would demand loyalty and reward people for it after they sexually assault someone. And
what? I couldn't imagine.
Couldn't put what's the name is on the tip of my tongue.
Release the Epstein files. Mm. They're taking this real estate enterprise to the moon, baby. Diamond hands. Sorry. Gotta get some Wall Street bets jokes in there.
Oh.
With the press dealt with, Albert goes to the stairs to find his sister, but she's gone.
I love it. She is so distraught. She just runs immediately up to the roof and hurls herself into oblivion.
Yeah, she stands there on the edge looking over, just beside herself. The outcome, it's not fair. Agreed.
Yeah.
Then she throws herself over the edge where she'll be safe from now on. And her brother is just...
Yeah, her brother lover is a devastated.
He's like Ron Burgundy in the phone booth.
Yeah, very much that.
In a glass
Milk
cage
was
of
a bad choice. Meanwhile, the band of merry rapists include a bunch of character actors who you've seen in everything, including Brian Backer from The Burning.
Yes, yeah, and Fast Times.
Yep.
So 5 years later, out in some sagging LA neighborhood that I swear I visited in GTA 5.
100%. If you have ever played,
I'm pretty sure it's Lester's house.
The every time I watch a movie that takes place in Los Angeles, I can pretty much recognize everything from Grand Theft Auto 5.
I told you that I found Trevor's apartment in Venice Beach, right? Like not an apartment that looks like it, the one that the actual Trevor's apartment was modeled on.
Yeah, it is remarkable.
Yeah, I feel like when I went to Los Angeles, I was like, I've been here like so many times. I fucking robbed a bank over there, and I shot some cops over there, and
yep.
You know. So the bros bully some old guy into foreclosure on his property so they can build another mini mall. Because ain't that just real estate development? In the 80s, it was condos, and in the 90s, it was mini malls.
Really? Mini mall.
Mini malls.
Yeah,
I remember it was like
so.
that. Like they're knocking down the old rec center to put up another mini mall.
Well, that's why the teens have to rally together and have a dance competition or whatever. I mean, that's literally the plot of.
Stay tuned for more on that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's weird because this lazy motherfucker, Danny, the rapist. I don't want to say the rapist because they're all rapists. Danny's the head rapist. He did not want to have to be called from his office. He was there doing important business guy stuff.
This was a personal call, and god damn it, they dragged him out of his sexual assault to do this. And I just assume that he's off just assaulting another woman. And
here is my takeaway from all of this. A white blazer is a really tough look for anyone to pull off.
You got to be in Cuba in the 50s to pull this off. And
it has to be made of cotton.
Just a linen blazer.
Yeah, cotton and not rayon, you cheap bastard.
So yeah, they're lowballing the poor guy, and it's heavily implied that they also had something to do with the death of the guy's wife. They are just nailing it in here. Like, these are bad guys. Just so you know.
Just in case the forced sexual encounter did not sell you, they also are taking this guy's house from him.
Yep. When they're done, Danny busts her chops for bringing him out of the office for this, and then they break it up. Each one of them getting into a different luxury car. One of the dudes, a dude you can tell is bad because of the match that he keeps clenched in his teeth like a certain co-host of this podcast.
That's not a match, that's a toothpick, and it's because if I don't, I'm going to chew on my lip incessantly.
He experiences some car trouble in a Mustang. Then he gets out to see what the problem is when along comes his fancy-ass old sedan.
And we get some sexy music, too.
Oh, my God, yeah. This is like a fucking ZZ Top video right here. Like a door opens and out comes this sexy chick in a short pink dress.
And he sort of like sees this, I guess, as an opportunity.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like this girl gets out ostensibly to help him. And he's like, homina, homina, homina.
Well, you know, in Chinese, the same word for crisis is an opportunity. It's a crisis-opportunity.
She comes slinking up to him and offers to help, looking over his car and declaring it toast.
And I'm going to guess that's why I have a note here that just says men are fucking disgusting. I'm guessing it's in reference to just him ogling her. Now, what she actually says is, she's like, yeah, you know something about cars? And she goes, yeah, I know a fucked one when I see one, and I'm looking at one right now.
Nice.
It's nice. It's nice.
Yep.
And this particular part, I think, is interesting. This movie does do a couple really interesting things. And in this way, it's a very a reversal of circumstances, reversal of roles here, where she is coming off very predatory, but he doesn't really get it.
Yeah, because it never happens. He has to force himself on women. And here's a woman who's just like, hey, come and get it, big boy.
And then she's like, all right, I'll give you a ride somewhere. And she goes, climb in my car. And I was like, yeah, what else would he climb into? That's not innuendo. That can't be innuendo. You can't climb into a lady.
Into her vagina.
Really?
Come on up and have sex with me sometime. Yep.
So they end up at a motel that looks like the set from a David Lynch movie.
My God. They have entered into a sex hotel that looks like it was furnished by the Black Lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they drive for a while, flirty dialogue, and then this place has Roman columns, a mirror on the ceiling, a Roman bath, and cable TV.
It's what I imagined the White House to look like.
A lot of gold leaf. Yep. This, by the way, is a real sex hotel. I thought it was a set, but they actually scouted out this shithole fuck pad in Hollywood somewhere.
Is it called the Sex Hotel?
The Sex Cauldron.
I thought they closed that place down.
She pours him a drink, asking him about his friend Danny, like a lot.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to pick up on the fact that she is super into the idea that he has friends, specifically one friend whose name is Danny.
Yeah.
And she is like writhing on him in a way that I can only describe as aggressive.
It's even I would be like, can we like, I don't know, start off a little slowly here and like maybe I'll kiss you a little bit.
Ooh,
yeah.
She is really, but it's like in a way that like you're kind of like, do you have like poison ivy or something? What are you doing?
St. Vitus dance.
This is not sexy.
It's a neurological disorder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then
it's called tardive dyskinesia.
Yeah, he's all up on her shit while she explains what she does for a living. She balances the books, if you know what I mean.
Again, I would be like, this is getting really weird. Do I know you? This feels like I know you.
So they start making out. It's getting really heavy until she asks if he'd die for his friend. And when the answer is yes, for some stupid reason.
Again, I'd be like, that is a very specific question. Are you sure I don't know you?
She steps back and peels off her face like Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible.
But I want to point out, she pulls off this rubber mask and it still resembles the mask. Like the woman who played the character, this sexual aggressor in this case, looks an awful lot like the other woman. And I was just like, so she was wearing a mask of herself?
Yeah, it's like a hat on a hat.
Yeah, like it seems unnecessary at that point.
Yeah. So, she reveals the face of the late Gailey Morton beneath. So then she grabs him and pulls him into a bear hug. And this is the moment that sold me on this movie forever.
Mm-hmm.
We hear this drill sound, and then the dude starts to converse. And then in a wide shot, we see that she has somehow run him through with a spinning drill apparatus the size of a softball that guts him.
Yeah, it's like a weed whacker, like a big spinning, or like what's the Technodrome in
Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles is a little bit like that.
Blood sprays all over the goddamn place. And when his body falls, it is revealed that the drill is a part of her. It retracts into her body and she leaves the scene of the crime.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first time I saw this, I was like, okay, I don't know what this is. But what I do know is it's the best movie ever made.
I loved when this happened. I was like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? And then it only gets better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that is hard. That is a high bar you just set.
Yeah, I know. Like if this is point A, where are we going from here? Because at this point I was like, well, Jesus, that's a strong start. This movie can't possibly top it. And it's about
Yes,
to.
it can.
So elsewhere in the city, the former courtroom artist shows her latest work to her agent.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves...
She is making a very ham-fisted early 90s political statement.
Right. Because all of her art is like children holding guns and, you know.
But they're all like courtroom sketches, you know?
Mm. Oh, God, yeah.
It's like she was a courtroom sketch artist.
Yeah. So, yeah, he loves them, but they're not what the publisher is looking for.
She insists, I won't castrate my art. It's a direct quote.
She's looking for something real. The agent wants her to capitulate and provide something a little softer, but she can't be bought, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to Do You Think I'm Spooky, you know that in the 90s, people were really into poverty porn. Oh, yeah. Where, like, there were countless shows about South Central Los Angeles.
Yeah, yeah.
This is an extension of that, where she's just like, I gotta document it. They need to see this. And it's like, no, bitch, they don't want to see this. That's why it exists.
Right. So he wants her to go back to the courtroom, do some more trial sketches, go back and find some of her previous subjects and sketch them now.
Compiling another book of courtroom sketches. And my note is, that sounds extremely tasteless. Also, probably a little bit illegal.
What are courtroom sketches for?
Because previously, we're not allowed to record or take photographs in court. So this is a document of what is happening in the courtroom. So they still, I think, exist, probably to a much less extent. You still can't record.
You still see them. Like, I mean, you remember when, they're like in Trump 1, there was like a shitload of he was like always in court and shit.
Yeah.
And the sketch artists were always making him look ridiculous. There was some like
testimony. Were they, or were they being accurate?
The latter, but There were also like a bunch of like Rudy Giuliani looking like a feral lunatic as well.
Like Rudy Giuliani as he appears on South Park, where his teeth are just constantly falling out.
like melting, like in Troll 2.
Yeah, there are still lots of courtrooms where you can't record or take photographs. You can't do it at Supreme Court. I don't think you can at state Supreme Courts either.
Okay.
But it is a way to give like reporters so they have something to put in the newspaper.
Gotcha. Yep. So she just needs to get in touch with her old contact at the LAPD, Detective Dunn. So we cut to the crime scene at the Tacky Sex Hotel.
You get a cop eating a sloppy sandwich.
I was gonna say, you gotta have it.
Classic stuff.
Yeah, next time we have Elena on, I'm gonna ask her, like, is that something that happens? People always be eating at crime scenes?
And I'll tell you what, this, I believe, we're sort of led to believe eventually this is David Naughton's partner. He does not play a role in the movie at all. He just shows up with him occasionally. And this guy who's eating the sloppy sandwich at the crime scene looks an awful lot like Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer, rather.
Yeah.
He has this hairstyle that I don't really know how to describe. He's a little bit like, who's the shitty guy from Prom Night? Buddy?
Oh, no. I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name. The one who gets away. He does not get killed.
He gets his head cut off.
That one, the guy with the unibrow. I thought you were talking about the guy who like wants to fuck his girlfriend at the prom and then she chickens out and he's like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna go fuck somebody else." That guy.
That guy.
You were talking about.
No, this is whoever the other guy is gets his head cut off. He looks a lot like him, where it's like this weird Cro-Magnon kind of hair, where it's like it looks like you cut it yourself, but very badly.
Okay.
Like you didn't have a mirror or lights or anything.
Right.
It's very like, or you use those pinking shears.
Yeah, he did his hair in the rear view mirror.
Yeah, it's very odd. It looks very like it's strange lengths. The hair in this movie really sent me.
Actually, I did just remember one of our listeners is a funeral professional, and she told me that she has in fact eaten lunch in the exam room.
I mean, I guess like if probably not while she's working on a body.
No, not like in the movies where there's always a guy with a sandwich that is actively falling apart in his hands as they look at the dead person.
Yeah, I don't
like
that
this
seems
movie.
That seems unprofessional.
No. So, Detective Dunn is on the case, and it's David Naughton from American Werewolf in London. He checks out the corpse, pulling back the sheet and revealing a hole that goes straight through the deceased real estate agent.
And if you're anything like me, you're thinking, David Naughton, was it Hot Dog the movie that did this? Is that how you got him? So something went wrong somewhere.
I know. The medical examiner is also on the scene, and it's Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley, David Lander.
Now, here's what I know. He will always be Squiggy. All the time, forever.
Always Squiggy. Was it Lenny and the Squigtones was the band?
Yep. And Squiggy, my understanding is that David Lander was a very, very nice person.
Okay.
And he did a lot for, I think he had ALS or Parkinson's or something. He had one of those really, the ones where you're like, oh my God, I don't ever want to get that.
Yeah.
That's like one of the terrifying ones. And he was like a hardcore advocate for that. That's all. And I think his daughter is like big on like his legacy. She's an actor as well. I can't remember her name, but she is like big on preserving his legacy and promoting it. I guess he was just like a super nice guy that everybody loved. He will always be Squiggy no matter what he's in.
Yeah.
And part of that is his voice. Part of that is the way that he looks.
Yeah.
And that he never really was able to rebrand himself, but he is fantastic in everything.
I love him.
Go watch Laverne and Shirley.
It's funny.
If you are of a certain age, Laverne and Shirley was one of those shows that was on all the time. Like after school.
Yeah. Like after cartoons, after the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, it was the Brady Bunch.
That was Three's Company, followed by Laverne and Shirley.
And then maybe Charles in Charge.
And then maybe Charles in Charge.
Yeah.
And then the news, and then the 8 o'clock movie.
Yeah. And so that to me, like I remember like watching the summertime, watching all of those shows.
Yeah, for sure.
Because surprise, we watched a lot of television.
So much TV. I have seen so many episodes of Lost in Space. Maybe all of them.
We had parents. They just weren't there very often.
Yep. So back in Steel and Lace, they identify the body as Craig Semple, one of Danny's guys. Mm-hmm. Oh, Back at Danny's villainous office with a martini nook, no less.
Oh, it's the aesthetic of this office is nauseating. It's
all like black marble and, it's gross.
I am a lover of the past, you might say. I have made a trade of that for many years. The late 80s fashion, culture, and just the late 80s aesthetic is one of the grossest things I've ever seen. I hate it so much.
What is it? Yuppie opulence in particular, because it was like young people who didn't really have much of a frame of reference for like what it meant to be rich.
Yeah, it's nouveau riche, like gaudiness.
Yeah, and so it's all like that. It's why, like past episodes of this, I have called it like sharper image couture.
Yes, yeah, it is gauche in a way that is so uniquely nauseating.
Yep. This one, this one is just so bad. Every time they go,
it's right up there. It's right up there with early 2000s. Like those are the two eras that I hate so much. Where it's just like you may as well put on fedora.
All the girls be wearing like brown low-rise pants.
Oh, and the boots with the fur.
Apple bottom jeans.
There you go.
So, they all want to talk about Craig's death, but Danny can't be bothered because...
Now, look, here, I don't understand. All of these dudes are surprised that the cruel, violent rapist is cruel and can't be bothered.
I know.
Like, what? You guys helped him rape a lady who then threw herself off a building.
It's like, and not one of you guys has read Bret Easton Ellis.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I can't believe that O.J. Simpson wrote that book and tried to capitalize on his wife's death. And it's like, yeah, he also killed her. What are you surprised about?
Right.
It's like every time Republicans do something terrible, people are like, oh my God, gasp. Like, really, at this point? Seriously? We're still doing it?
There's no stop. It can't stop, won't stop. Yeah. Yeah, Danny can't be bothered because there's business to conduct.
He's also like, yeah, Craig was a sack of shit anyway.
Yeah, fuck this guy. We're going to give him a moment of silence. There, we're done. And they're like, I don't think that was a moment. And he's like, yeah, it was. And they're like, it was more like 30 seconds. And he's like, sure.
And that's when I wrote, hey, this rape revenge movie has a really weird sense of humor. Because that is the other thing about this movie that I found very odd, that it has moments of levity that feel really inappropriate.
There's that, and the thing that I think that I'm going to really kind of hammer on once we start to get into it is David Naughton is a cop who is supposed to be solving these crimes, and yet all he wants to do is make out with his ex-girlfriend, who is the one that is actively investigating the crime for a book that she's working on.
And he's only doing it to keep her distracted so she doesn't get too involved with the case.
Yeah.
It's a real, in Hallmark movies, there's always a big misunderstanding. This is the big misunderstanding of this movie, that in a world populated by better people, there would have been a plot point where she learns that he is only doing this to keep her occupied. But they never addressed that.
But it's like I said, they had enough time for David Naughton on set for 2 days, and then he had to fuck off, and that's why she's the one who does all the investigating.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's just a given that dudes are shitty.
Right.
So
what do you want, now, baby?
Yeah, I'm like the wind, baby.
No, nobody understands me. So Dunn meets with the captain and the DA, where we learn that they've been trying to build a case against Emerson, but nothing sticks. They're putting together the pieces, though, trying to find an angle where they can turn one of his guys against him, and whatever is happening now threatens that case.
I don't want to be rude about people's acting abilities, but I think clearly didn't work too hard to find someone to fill this role of the DA lady, who I will add is the only person of color in this movie.
Yep. He has to find this killer before they hit another one of his guys and send the crew running. So when he's done, he finds Allison, the courtroom artist, waiting for him. It's been a while. I guess they used to be a thing. And she runs her idea by him, but he's like, no way, baby. But she can't leave things alone because it's not her nature.
And she pulls out a cigarette, and it is so clear. Never in my life has it been clearer that someone is not a smoker.
And this character is a chain smokes throughout this movie.
She holds them like you would hold a broom.
I know. She's like Grizzly Adams and Elves.
God, I love smoking. I haven't done it in years, but God, I would do it in a second.
It would take nothing to get me back on that shit. Ooh. No, back in the villainy office, the bros are bugged by a sexy office lady in a crazy wig who is taking up collection for flowers for Craig.
And at first I got really excited because I was like, is it a wig? Of course it's a wig. And then like later on I was like, oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
And I was like a little let down because it's like, oh, it's supposed to be a wig.
Yep.
Fine. You ruined it.
Yeah. They're basically a bunch of cartoon wolves at the sight of her, except for one who thinks it's trouble to take up with the girls from the steno pool.
Now here I have to get into this.
I'm going to ask you also, were there still steno pools in 1991?
Absolutely not. No, that woman would have been filled probably if she was not just a regular employee, which most people would have been by then. That woman would have been like a temp office worker, I guess.
Yeah.
But like you didn't call someone to get a girl from the steno pool in 1991.
No, this isn't like Sterling Cooper.
No. So here's the thing. I know that there are men who are like this. In fact, I know that probably the majority of men are like this. Not like violent rapists or like people who are indifferent to other people's suffering, but men who do that whole like laugh when someone makes a shitty joke. You know, like a racist joke or a sexist joke or a homophobic joke. Like I know there are lots of people like that. There is nothing to me that is more foreign than that personality. Like I could imagine myself being a serial killer before I could imagine myself being a person like this. Like it is so foreign to me to be like someone who leers at other people, who like makes gross sexual comments, like dehumanizing and like debasing comments to people. It is so bizarre. I cannot, and I know that people are actually like that, which is why every time I'm confronted with it, I'm like, no, that's not real, is it?
It happens to me at my part-time job way more than you might expect. As weird as that sounds.
Like I live in a very liberal place, and I will say I benefit from class, and I benefit from whiteness, and I benefit from gayness in a weird way. But like, I just can't imagine someone being like, "Hey, did you see her tits?" I'd be like, "What?
Yeah.
What did you say?"
Yeah. It was a couple of weeks ago. There's a very attractive woman standing in line, and I rang her up and sent her on her way. Guy fucking behind her pops up, and as I'm trying to ring him up, he's like, "You see that? Like, how about that shit, right?" And I was like, and I said nothing, even though I wanted to be like, just throw shit out the door and be like, get the fuck away from me. But like, yeah, that shit happens all the fucking time. And it's just like, it's the most predictable, like kind of shitty dude. Like you look at this person and go, oh yeah, this makes sense.
I think this is why when I watch stuff like this, or like when we watched, I said it in a very clumsy way when we watched the religious movies there,
Burning Hell and Footman Tire.
A very clumsy way that I said it, and that was like, we were raised religious, but not like super religious. And every time I see shit like that, I'm like, this can't be real. And then people that I know that grew up in very religious houses are like, yeah, no, this is exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how though?
And
how did you not look at this?
So much shit into perspective.
Like how? Because I have ADHD. I have a very bad filter. So whenever I see stuff like that, I'm like, you shouldn't say that. It's gross. You're making someone feel bad about themselves. Stop doing that.
Yep.
Like the weird autistic kid in the corner that's like, hey, people don't like it when you touch them without permission. You shouldn't do that. It's bad. Don't do that. Which is why, I don't do well in social situations. Anyway.
At the police station, the captain is telling Dunn that he needs to work with Allison to keep her from digging into Emerson's crew.
Yeah, he doesn't want to upset, quote, that harpy from the DA's office.
I know. Guy, you need to work with the DA.
What? Especially with the harpy? That can't be right.
Queen of the Harpies. So he goes over to her crib and insinuates himself back into her life with a bottle of wine. Which
is weird because 5 minutes earlier, actually tells her, get out of this country to get away from me. Now he shows up at her house with a bottle of cheap rosé and was like, hey, did I mention you're very attractive to me?
Yeah,
and she is not the least bit
I
suspicious.
just stopped over at a Trader Joe's for a little $2 chuck, like we think. And like she's a smart girl and should see right through it, but nothing doing. Because she's like biting her bottom lip. She's got that off the shoulder thing going on.
Very odd outfit, yeah.
And then they drink wine and she shows him her art and they make out.
Yeah, well, but you don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. So they could drink some cherry wine.
Oh shit, they should drink some cheer wine.
Could drink some cheer wine.
I also got an email recently from a listener who was like, listen, I've had cheer wine too. It's fucking awesome. And I was like, goddamn right it is.
Wrong. The person's wrong about whatever that is. We're drinking toilet wine, sir.
No, you have been proven wrong conclusively.
How is it that two people have proven me wrong conclusively?
There's me, there were two listeners who came at you. That's a pretty good sample size.
There are far more than two listeners that have come at me. Trust me. Like, why is the gay one always yelling?
Out at a dive bar in the city, two of Emerson's bros. One of them. Okay, no. Let me start that over. Out at a dive bar in the city, one of Emerson's bros, Toby, meets up with a shady dude who turns out to be FBI. Maybe.
Yeah, they found the one actor who telegraphs FBI agent.
Yeah. He's cutting a deal.
Suspiciously so, you might say.
he's practically like we need you to get close to Danny. Wink, wink.
Yeah, he's like do you watch Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
The guy Zach Woods who's on that?
Yeah.
It was like if he played the role of Agent, what's his name, Twin Peaks. The Kyle MacLachlan character.
Yeah.
It's like if the Zach Woods played that character. What is his name? Anderson? Agent? The main character on Twin Peaks.
Agent Dale Cooper.
Yeah. I kept wanting to say Agent Dale, and I was like, that's not right, is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like if Zach Woods played him, he's just like, I am an FBI agent.
I would like to see that.
That's basically what we're getting here.
Yeah, he's cutting a deal to turn on Emerson. And he gets immunity for cooperation. And then Toby splits the bar to take home a discreet tape recorder to surveil his boss with. And then he catches the eye of another conspicuously sexy lady in the bar.
Oh. Mm-hmm. We'll call her Red Herring. Miss Dot Direction.
Out in the alley, the FBI guy fits Toby with the recorder and then monologues a bit. Then he opens
he looks like he's about to do sex to him.
This is definitely like he cruised him in the bar.
Yeah, it is a very odd moment where I was like, this feels
well, yeah, and then it doesn't
sex stuff.
The next thing that happened doesn't really like dissuade us of this notion because we cut he begins to like loosen his tie and like open his shirt, and then he puts his briefcase down and opens it, and there's like a dress and some high heels in it.
Yep. But again, we're again faced with this weird moment of the reverse roles of everybody, where they are in a position to be sexually harassed, if not assaulted.
Yeah.
Because the implication is, wait a minute, what's going on here? I don't think I'm into this. And the person who was assaulting them, it's always going to be the robot lady.
Yeah.
Is just like, we're doing it.
Yep. So if the big drill bit murder in the first scene.
Yeah, how do you top that?
Let's tell them exactly how you top that.
Inflatable boobs.
I fucking had to pause the movie to catch my breath.
It is probably the most unexpected thing that I have ever seen on the television.
I could not believe what I was seeing because it's a fucking fantastic misdirect, because the woman in the bar, the sexy chick, you're supposed to go, oh shit, there she is.
Yeah,
and
no, you believe it.
And then they do this, and I'm like, what? Who? How did they pitch this scene to these actors?
Well, here's the thing. I like to believe that everybody who read this script got to this point and was like, fuck it, I'm in.
No. So yeah, we cut to a wide shot with his shirt open. He suddenly grows boobs. And there's a spectacular flash of light. And when it fades, we once again see Gaily Morton under the layers of broken skin. What a disguise.
Yeah.
She grabs Toby and pins him to the wall. And then she grabs him by the hair and then literally tears his head off.
Mm-hmm. While his spinal column is flapping around like the...
Like a puppy dog's tail.
Or like the fucking thing in... who's the hungry zombie in
Return of the Living Dead. Yeah.
It is extremely clever in a way that you're like, this is hilarious and disgusting and very off-putting.
It's so fucking funny because like the implication here is that like her hand is hot and it's like burning his neck away, and that's why like the head stays in place as the body falls away, and it's very obvious the actor is like sticking his head through a hole in the wall, but the effect is really clever.
Yeah, it's outstanding.
It's
but
so
also
cool.
they're going to come. I think they come back to the bar maybe later, but. I also wonder, why is there a Confederate flag on the wall of this Los Angeles bar? Is it just to make black people uncomfortable?
Maybe. It's kind of like, I think, have you ever seen 48 Hours?
I have.
They go to that, like,
of course I have.
They go to that, like, honky tonk bar in that's also in Los Angeles. And it's
Torchy's.
Yeah, Torchy's. It's the same thing.
It's a bar of the same, well, it's not the same bar, but it's Torchy's from Streets of Fire.
Yeah. Back at Allison's place, she and Dunn have just finished kicking.
I just want to point out, I have a note that says, reveal them titties, my man. Oh, I didn't want that to go to waste. It just seemed like it was...
That is an award winner of a note. Oh shit. So, okay. Back at Allison's place, she and Dunn have finished kicking it.
And after all of that, I was like, this B plot sucks. I don't care.
How do you go from this is like they're going 100 miles an hour and slam the fucking brakes on so hard that the back end of the car flips over. Like it is like, such a jagged turn.
I don't care who these people are. I don't give a shit about this anymore. But also, her apartment is ridiculous. She has a horse head mounted on her wall.
Horse head bookends.
It looks like the way that Catherine O'Hara decorates the house in Beetlejuice. It's like she just has these abs, like so you know that she is quirky and
she's an artiste.
I will, from here on out, in my notes, just start referring to her as Edie Brickell. But they go to these like bizarre extents to be like, she is an artist.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh, God.
So he gets a call informing him of Toby's murder and has to make it like a tree and leave. Mm-hmm. So Allison does a little pencil rubbing on the notepad and finds out where he's going. As they look over the severed head at the scene of the crime, of course, she suddenly shows up on the scene and Donna's like, what the fuck, lady?
Yeah, because this is where, I believe this is where Squiggy is like, you got to see this. Because I have a note that says, no, you don't got to see it. You never want to see that.
No, he is a very excitable medical examiner. He's going to call these murders Baroque later on.
I love that word. I love when people use that word correctly. Anyway.
So over at the Morton residence, Albert pops into his laboratory where he is joined by the Gaily bot in another crazy wig. As she sits down and removes said wig, revealing all kinds of techie shit underneath. Everything is computer.
And Bruce Davidson, it turns out, so he wants revenge. This much is true. But he also seems to be a little too into these recordings.
He is horny for murder.
Yeah.
Like he loves
later on, I will have
these.
a note about him rubbing his nipples while he watches these movies. Because he watches these like snuff films of these guys being killed and he's super into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they killed his wife's sister.
Sister wife. He pulls out a cable from her neck and plugs it into a computer, and the rest of her skull opens up to reveal a sophisticated robot brain and shit. And this
I specifically didn't say sister wife because for some reason we live in a world where a sister wife is a thing. So I didn't want people to be confused.
So you shifted it up.
Yeah, because that's an actual thing somehow.
Yeah. This effect is fucking incredible.
It is remarkable. So later on we'll get another moment where like she gets shot and like you see the interior and you're like, oh, okay. Well,
they blew.
You already blew through most of your money.
Yeah, you could tell that they blew a lot of the budget on this scene alone because it is so fucking cool and there's so much attention to detail. So like
it's not quite the way like when they open Arnold Schwarzenegger's head in T2. It's not quite that, but it's pretty interesting.
It's up there. Have you ever seen The Vindicator?
Mm-mm. Yes, I have. Yeah.
It sucks. It's fucking bullshit. And except for the one scene that they got, now I can't remember his name. The Terminator special effects, Stan Winston.
Yes.
Stan Winston did the scene where they take the Vindicator's mask off.
I watched this recently for some reason.
I saw it a couple of years ago. I think I wanted to write about it, and I watched it, and I was like, this movie left me with fucking nothing, except for the scene where they pull the mask off, and it's like this amazing Stan Winston special effect. Like, I get this, except like, I don't know, like on a significantly smaller budget, because like it's all shown from behind, but they angle the dummy in such a way that as he's like fidgeting around and like the little robot brain comes out, like if you're paying attention, the dummy blinks.
Yeah. Yeah, and well, that's what's cool about this particular scene is that she is still very. It's the way that it's kind of like a forced perspective. It's not quite forced perspective, but it's the angle that they're at.
Yeah, because what they'll do is they'll cut to like a shot of her of the actress from the front and Bruce Davidson like doing his thing in the back, and they cut to the back, and it's seamless. It looks very, very real.
And so this, I think, is where I know this guy didn't make a lot of movies, and it's obvious why. He's not a very good director.
No, but
when
he
it
is
comes
an awesome
to these
special
moments,
effects guy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like he might not have done these special effects. Like this is not his area, but he knows what he's looking for, and he has the good sense to get the right people and give them the whatever room they need to do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes these weird moments like really interesting. Like he will frame certain shots in a way where you're like, huh, okay, that's actually pretty cool looking.
Yeah. Like he knows how to shoot special effects.
Right. And so that's why, like, when you get, like, you watch a movie where a stunt guy is now all of a sudden a director, and you're like, okay, well, you're not a good director.
The movie fucking blows, but all the stunts rule.
But you have car chases that are the coolest fucking things you've ever seen because they know exactly how to do it because they're usually the one doing it.
Yeah.
And so it looks really awesome. I also want to say, so he opens up her head and he's, like, plugging all this shit in or whatever, and then he's watching the snuff movie. And she is sort of like, this is where we start to get a little insight where she's just like, hey, wait a minute. You're kind of into this, aren't you?
Yeah.
And this is another interesting point because usually what we get in rape revenge movies or revenge movies in general, like the person is driven to kill for a reason. Like if you watch something like Lady Snowblood, Lady Snowblood is one of the coolest movies ever fucking made. Mm. And she is a badass, and you want her to kill every single one of these motherfuckers, and she does in extremely bloody fashion. And do you want to just watch Lady Snowblood right now?
I think it's on the schedule next year.
I'm gonna watch it next. I'm gonna watch it tonight. But you watch that, but like she's not getting any glee from it. Like
no. Meiko Kaji keeps a fucking flat affect the whole time.
Well, because she's the fucking coolest actor ever.
She's the goddamn best.
And hey, not a bad singer.
All right.
But also. But like it's a weird angle because usually in these situations, these killers are ambivalent at best. Like they're just like, I am driven to do this thing. And then once that thing is done, I am done.
Yeah.
Like this is my last act.
No. Albert Morton here, horny for blood.
And his sister, though, who is also a robot, is basically like, hey, I don't think I'm into this anymore. Like, you seem like you're kind of getting off on this. And it's just a little bit strange for her to be like, I don't think I like doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And it, again, like for a movie that's pure garbage, it's another kind of social commentary where you're like, hey, everybody, even murder for the sake of like righteous vengeance, still probably not that satisfying.
Yeah. So now back at the villainous office space, the remaining bros enjoy a Bloody Mary at the booze nook in Danny's office.
Gross.
I know it even had like fucking fresh shit. What do you put in a Bloody Mary?
Tomato juice.
Not tomato juice. The stalk of celery. The celery.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get the celery part. The most obvious part, the garnish.
Yeah, you always get like a stalk of celery sticking out of your fucking Bloody Mary.
Which to me is ridiculous. You're trying to drink, you get a freaking giant stalk of celery smacking you in the face. Of course, I would also never drink tomato juice and vodka because that's disgusting.
Yeah, you're much more of a mimosa type. If you're gonna have if you're an early morning booze.
I do. Well, I don't drink in the morning anymore, but
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's watching this. He's watching these death movies, these snuff movies, a bunch of times, and in slow motion. Back at the villainous office space, they're starting to panic because of the news of Toby's death has dropped. Allison, meanwhile, reviews her courtroom sketches of the accomplices in the Emerson case with her agent. She's going to try and meet up with Albert to see what he might know about the murders.
Also, nobody cares about Allison. Get back to the killing.
I know. Albert lives in a sparse house that seems to contain only a painting of his sister and a piano.
I have a note about that very thing. Why does he just have a weird room where it is this, what appears to be the courtroom sketch of his sister and a big white piano and nothing else?
Yeah, he's got it just in case he wants to sit there and play November Rain.
Nothing screams psychopath more than that. But also, I want to point out that the portrait of his sister feels to me like, when you used to be able to go to the mall and there was a guy who had like a kiosk and you'd sit down and in like 5 minutes he would sketch this,
Yeah, like bust it out real fast. You could buy a picture of Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Yeah, exactly. What was his name at the Fox Run Mall?
I can't remember, but I know who you're talking about.
Bridget would be screaming at me right now.
Yeah. So yeah, he couldn't care less about these murders. She seems to think that he knows who's doing the killing.
Lai Ming, that was his name. The guy at the Fox Run Mall who made.
You remember that guy's name?
Lai Ming.
God damn, all right.
Well, that's because I was trying to think, what would she be screaming at my head?
Shout out to Lai Ming.
I bet he's still doing it.
Probably.
He's the greatest to ever do it.
Yep. So she thinks it's Emerson cutting up the loose ends, and she's trying to tell this to Albert for, I don't know, mysterious reasons. Dunn, meanwhile, meets with the Emerson's creep Oscar, and they're interrupted by the lady from the steno pool again. She's looking for more money for the collection. Oscar's like, hey, why don't you come up and see me later, baby? And then
this is when I was like, oh, it is a wig, but now I get it.
Yeah.
I was crestfallen.
Back at the station, Dunn argues with his medical examiner about the nature of the murders. Squiggy, super into it. In his
more
defense,
zany humor.
In his defense, they're pretty spectacular, so I totally get it. Definitely Baroque. Nice. At the evil office, Oscar writes a big old check to the steno lady. Flirty action follows in the office while Allison and her agent show up to try and talk to Oscar.
And the logo behind the secretary at the office.
Oh, the Emerson logo is ridiculous.
It is like someone printed out on big, like a 11 by 17 paper, this like MS Paint logo that I did in 1993 and just sort of stuck it up there with double-sided tape.
It's like Charlie and Mac's logo for Fight Milk.
What?
What the
fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
with an internet thing.
With protein. It's from It's Always Sunny. Come on.
I've never seen that show.
Oh, you got it. It's very funny.
I've seen maybe one or two of them. I don't like shows about shitty people. That's why I hate Seinfeld.
This is different. Though. Seinfeld sucks. These people are very funny. Anyway,
I bet nobody on that show ever dated a teenage girl while they were in their 30s.
Nope. So they try and pull a fast one with the agent distracting the receptionist, but she's too smart for them, so they make like they're leaving.
It is some real Scooby-Doo shit.
I love her agent because he is like so over this shit and also wicked gay.
Oh yeah, no, he's wearing an ascot.
So Oscar and the steno lady commence to get down. He has no idea that he's about to get his ass killed. Like the others, she reveals herself to be the Gaily bot and uses her robot vagina to grind his dick off like a blender.
And it is extremely uncomfortable what's happening because she's talking to him. Like they're having a conversation, but she again is like writhing on him in a way that is very awkward.
Yep.
And then eventually you realize what's happening. She's not actually cutting it off.
She's like, I think she's like draining his blood.
She is like suctioning all of his insides out.
That's so rad. Because then they cut to the agent who's like slurping the last of his beverage up.
Yes, it's very cool. Now, because it's like a gross squishing sound.
Yeah.
That it's making. Now, I will say this is where they would have benefited from a bigger budget, because this is the kind of thing that would have looked better, or it would have been a much cooler effect if you could see it happen or see something like that really conveyed what is happening.
Right. It's because very confusing as to what happens.
Right. They do this thing where she's like sitting like sort of straddling him, and she's doing this weird grindy thing. And then of course he gets this look on his face, and the implication is that she's killing him. And then later on, we see his face, and he's like desiccated.
It's like a victim from Life Force.
Yeah, and so you kind of, it's very heavily implied what happened, but this is the kind of thing where like you gotta hammer that one a little bit more home. In order for it to be that cool.
They blew everything they had on the awesome robot head brain scene.
Yeah.
Allison is continuing to sneak around and is almost caught by the receptionist again. Takes cover in one of the offices.
Here's what I don't understand about Allison, what she's trying to do at this point. Is she trying to prevent more murders?
I don't know.
Because again, the B-plot sucks.
Yeah, whole part of the story just is constantly contradicting itself. It doesn't make much fucking sense. I don't understand what her motivations are. Right. I just get that I just think that they did not have enough of David Naughton, and so they had to kind of pawn his investigation off on her.
But also,
so that's why it doesn't make any fucking sense. There's no there's no reason for her to be doing this.
But this is what happens when you take someone who is very good at one particular thing and put them in a different role. Is this guy was like, hey, I've got all these ideas for really wild kill scenes.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, but what else? And he's like, I guess maybe there's a lady who's
a Jallo-style police investigation.
Yeah, she's a she's a sketch artist. She's a court sketch artist. She's trying to stop the murders. Question mark? Because it's that. Because she gets it, like, she's starting out to do this book about what happened to people that she had sketched in court. So she goes to talk to a victim's brother who she did not sketch in court.
Yeah.
So what's she going to do? She can't sketch her dead body.
I know. Hey, Albert, what's your sister been up to? Same thing as Gregory Hines, apparently.
Exactly. And now she's like, I got to talk to these guys who I know are involved. But why?
Again,
because honestly, I'm a pacifist.
That's the major plot deficiency in this movie, is just like her motive is just nonsense.
And these guys, I don't give a shit if they die. I actually am okay with them dying. It's sort of like if you were a really awful person. Say you had a podcast and you ran a company that was explicitly motivated by marginalizing other people and putting them in danger. And someone shot you in the neck. And everyone was like, you have to be sad. And I'd be like, I'm not sad. It's fine to me that person got killed. Same here. These rapists should die. I'm fine with that. I don't know why Allison is not.
Yeah.
Allison would be that fucking centrist on the internet who's like, you need to be more empathetic.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, Allison.
She's Gavin Newsom.
Like, you dress like Edie Brickell and I hate you. You are dragging this movie down.
Yeah. She's not aware of too many things. Down in the garage, Gailey is making her escape when the agent spots her and recognizes her. She starts to walk away, and he calls her by her name, causing her to stop and turn.
I like this moment. Again, there are moments where it's kind of artfully done.
Yeah. Where
she's sort of like, they have a little kind of moment where she's like, oh, I guess can I help you? And he's like, oh, I thought you were someone else. And then he calls out her name, and she stops and she turns and looks at him. And like she's got that look on her face like, I wish you hadn't said that.
Yeah, it's real Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein type stuff where like she's the product of another person's creation and is trying to sort of find meaning, and somebody recognizes her, and so she is immediately interested in what this could possibly mean for her.
But she also knows she has to kill him now.
Yeah, it's not a terribly well developed part of the plot, but like it's something that I wish that they leaned into just a little bit more.
Yeah, well, the Frankenstein thing didn't even occur to me.
Oh,
but yeah, it's 100% there.
Yeah. Up in the office, Allison finds Oscar's body. It's all sunken and shriveled. And then she makes a run for it and finds the agent's dead body in the garage, neck broken.
Yep, and it is all her fault.
Yep. All you had to do was, I don't know, fucking draw something else.
Just go home. Go home, Allison. You're not involved in this.
Yeah. You have
nothing to do with
no reason to be all up in this shit.
You're like J.D. Vance. Get out of there. Nobody cares. Nobody even wants you in this movie. They don't know why you're here and why you keep talking.
Yep. So at Albert's secret robot lab, he watches the footage of Oscar dying and then catches the footage of Allison in the office as well. Guess she has to die next.
You feel like they're going to cut to Bruce Davidson. He's going to be jacking it at this point. It's like, oh, God.
Yeah, he's jorking it. So Allison tells Dunn about her theory that Emerson is having his guys knocked off, and she's a basket case. Dunn is like,
and even he knows that it's her fault.
Yeah, he's like, hey, cut the shit. This is your fault, which is kind of rough, but none of this would have happened if he'd done his fucking job. Or that
your friend would be alive.
Yeah, I don't know. The fucking whole cop angle of this movie just is so fucking murky.
It's stupid. It doesn't matter.
No, at the secret robot lair, the Gailey bot plays piano. Moonlight Sonata.
Here's a thing about me that everyone should know. Moonlight Sonata is one of my favorite pieces of music.
Is it?
I find it to be a thoroughly haunting tune.
The only reason that I recognized it is because of Resident Evil.
I was going to say, is it because of Resident Evil?
Because of Resident Evil. Yep. She's disturbed by the music. Something is missing that she can't put her finger on. She is, after all, a mere murder bot. She also wants to know who the lady at the office was, because she was also at the house the other day and Halbert tries to just brush it off.
Well, the thing about, again, I think the Moonlight Sonata thing is interesting for the same reasons you just said about the other thing. Is the thing that is missing about it, the thing that's throwing her off, is that it's too perfect. It sounds inhuman.
Yeah.
That it doesn't sound like it's being played by a person. It's too perfect. And I think that's a super interesting thing. And then it's kind of like, anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, boobs.
Yeah, so there's one bro left at the villainous office. Emerson surprises Norman in the office, and Norman is in a panic, and Emerson flaccidly tries to talk him down. Because Norman is getting out, you see. He's making a run for it, but Emerson won't let him go. So Dunn wakes up at Allison's place again. A note left on a fucking teddy bear informs him that she got up before him to go and see Norman.
Why? Why? What are you doing?
It's fucking anybody's guess. I don't fucking know.
Also, I want to point out that Danny has an earring in his right ear only. Now, look, it's only noteworthy because this is 1991. And if I know anything about 1991...
Is the right ear the wrong ear?
It is because left is right and right is wrong. That's all I know about 1991.
Very nice, very nice.
Also, Danny looks an awful lot like a bottom shelf Jeff Fahey.
He does. He's got a red hanky in his back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Norman, meanwhile, is having the company helicopter fired up so he can get the fuck out. Allison turns up and offers to take him to the cops so he can rat on his dude. But here comes Emerson, looking especially like the singer for Queensryche.
Yes, and he says, go back to work. And I have a note that says, what does this company even do?
They all work at the business factory. They all work at the rape factory.
It's a big wheeler at the cracker factory. He's also making his escape in a helicopter, which is the most early 90s thing possible.
Yeah. He's talking to Danny. And he's like, that's all? So long? Good luck? And he's like, I don't remember saying good luck.
Again, there's that weird humor in the rape revenge film.
So, yeah, he thinks that Allison is with the DOJ, not realizing that she's just a meddling courtroom sketch artist.
Mm-hmm. Who is here for convenience.
Yes. Norman books it to the helicopter. And the Gailey bot shows up and grabs him and lifts him up into the helicopter blades, which chop the top of his head off.
Now, did it make me laugh? Yes.
Yes,
is
it did.
On par with the others? It's okay.
I know. It's a pretty good effect. They stare at, and then Allison comes down and they stare each other down. Albert, watching through the murder bot's eyes, commands her to return to the base. So
yeah, this is when he's back at his desk fucking rubbing his nipples, watching these videos. Like Faces of Death 1 and 2.
Allison chases her up to the roof of a nearby building and finds her there. Gailybot surprises Allison, who falls over the railing, but she catches herself before she falls.
I want to say she tips over the railing.
Yeah.
She doesn't fall. It's like she like,
whoops.
you know, you fall, like you back into it and then you fall. She like tips out on her side over in the most awkward, unnatural way a person could move.
Yeah.
Like the only way that it would be even worse is if like she fell like a piece of timber straight down.
Yeah. So as she slips, Gailybot grabs her by the neck. And then Albert commands her to drop her, but Allison calls her by her name. So the murder bot has questions now. So she takes Allison and ties her up in the escape van.
She's like, smoke, good.
Beer, good. So she asks her all about the woman that she's modeled after, but Allison didn't really know her, you see, because she's, again, a meddling courtroom sketch artist.
Right.
Albert comes into the back of the van with some pretty salient questions. Questions like, why the hell are you so interested in all of this?
Seriously, why can't you just let us kill these people?
I know. Why are you standing in the way of my revenge? I am so horny for revenge.
Yeah, he is.
So Albert monologues, and then he readies Gailybot for the final confrontation. Up in his evil office, Emerson loads some guns and drinks some evil booze from the martini nook. And then after some time, he falls asleep for some reason. But he wakes up suddenly and does some evil villain monologuing to an empty office table.
Mm-hmm.
In walks the Gailybot, who just immediately starts throwing shade. He recognizes her, of course, and shoots her a bunch of times, revealing the robot within. Kind of crappy effect.
Yeah, they were out of money.
Yeah, they were out of money. Can't stop this murder bot, though. She goes back up and advances on him as he tries to run.
He runs to the stairwell, and it's all blocked with office furniture, which I think is great.
Which is great. Fucking fantastic. Down in the van, Allison slips her bonds, whacks Albert over the head with a wrench, and then Gailybot stops her attack, unsure what to do next. Backup programming then sets her back on her path of death.
Now, I fully expected that they were going to do this like kind of moral righteousness thing where like they let him live or whatever.
Yeah.
No, that is not what happens.
No, it's so much better. Emerson, meanwhile, finds all the exits blocked, runs for the roof like a fucking idiot. Mm-hmm. Allison also runs up to the roof to probably try and reason with the murder bot, but she gets grabbed.
Why?
Again,
What is she doing?
Again, no fucking reason for any of this. Allison, go home.
Yeah, you already got one person killed.
Yeah. Go home, Allison. Just drink the wine. Draw your pictures.
Drink some cherry wine.
Drink some cheer wine. And then, so she runs up to the roof and then gets grabbed by Emerson. He drags her to the edge, the Capitol Records building in the background. And Gailey is like, hey, let go of my friend, but doesn't know what to do next. So Albert shows up and commands her to just kill them both, but she won't. Because friend.
Mm-hmm.
So he issues some special... He issues some special cheat code that causes her to burn Emerson's hand with a laser hidden in her arm. And then he lets go of Allison, and Gailybot shoots him with a big-ass beam of lightning, which sets him on fire.
It is fantastic. Because
Awesome.
there I was.
Awesome fire effect. Holy shit.
I forgot. I was like, oh, they're going to let this guy live, whatever. And I was like, because I forgot how it ended. And then I was like, oh, no. No, they don't. They set him on fire. And he falls off the building.
Yeah.
On fire.
Yeah. So what I also found out about in that little making of is when they shot that electrical, effect, it's shot and then they composite it over the rest of the scene. The Tesla coil that they used to do it was the one that they made for Frankenstein.
Nice.
Not bad, right? It's also a super cool effect. I fucking love it. It's very cheap, but it looks good,
Yeah, it works. It works for you've sat through an hour and a half of this already. If they had pulled out all the stops for that, it would have felt weird.
Yeah. Like another guy growing boobs.
Yeah, well, you've already had one. You don't want to cheapen it.
So Emerson's flaming body falls off the ledge and plunges to the ground. Allison sees an opportunity to grab his gun, but Albert gets to it first. And I guess it's curtains for her, or is it? The cops show up and shoot Albert. He's not dead, but he's badly hurt. So Gailybot picks him up, and he commands her to take him to the safe place. So I
have a note that says, "Are they going to kiss?" Because it looks like they're gonna kiss.
I know. No, she leaps off the building with him in her arms.
What an ending!
What a fucking ending! What a shot too. Because you see the camera go over the side, and as it's falling, it turns and collides with the ground. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They dropped an actual 16 millimeter camera off the building.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Did it on a
That's
tether.
like half their budget.
No, it's a very particular, like a cheap one from a fighter plane gun site.
Yeah, okay.
But it was good enough to do it. They did it on a tether so they could do it several times. But yeah, fucking what a shot. Roll credits, baby.
This is a weird one. This is a weird one to try and evaluate in the present. Because on one hand, it is extremely dated.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to go there. I'm not even going to approach it like, does this movie hold up? Because it's fucking stupid, but it's extremely entertaining.
Well, here's the thing though, is it's stupid and it's extremely dated, but it's also weirdly progressive in the way that it's addressing subjects that are pretty controversial, and it's doing it with like atypical sensitivity. Beyond that, I would need several more days to contemplate, because if nothing else, it is oddly entertaining.
Highly entertaining. It is extremely outrageous in a way that is very particular of its time. Like it felt like there was a weird little window of time around like 1989 to maybe 1992 when they made these sorts of movies, particularly for cable, for video stores. And because they were just like untethered from the traditional Hollywood system, they could just do weird bullshit, weird comic book nonsense. And
I think outrageous is the right word.
Yeah, like it's just like a guy has two rubber tits that inflate in this movie. It is madness. But again, I can't think of another movie that's like this. Like that is why I was so attracted to it when I first saw it. Because like when I first put it on, like I did not really know what to expect. I just was like, early 90s thing, Vinegar Syndrome put it out. So there's probably some qualities about it that are very peculiar and very entertaining. And holy shit.
Yeah, it is bizarre. The pacing is very good.
Yeah, it's very snappy.
I mean, they gave you that bullshit B plot that nobody gives a shit about, and it makes no sense whatsoever.
Sense. It just pushes the story forward and puts Allison in all of these sort of important story beat scenes. Why she needs this movie could have just been
because they couldn't afford the rest of the cast I think
ultimately what comes down to is they just could not afford David Naughton for more than a couple of days.
And you don't even need David Naughton. You could have got someone else. David Naughton, he does nothing for the movie.
No.
You know what you need? More Squiggy.
Yeah. This could have been a buddy picture of David
Jeff Fahey and Squiggy. in 1991 you could get Jeff Fahey for real cheap.
Get me Eric Roberts and Squiggy.
Ugh, I don't want Eric Roberts.
They just sit there.
That would just make me sad.
Drink a lot and play checkers.
Oh. Just remind me of how bad things are now. God.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. Steel and Lace. It's highly entertaining, very worthy of a purchase. I think. Like I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. Yeah. So that said, what's next? I understand that we're going into October, so 99-cent Reynolds going on a little breaky.
Yep, we are coming back. Bring me the axe, a whole month of it next week, starting with the notorious BBC mockumentary Ghost Watch. Somebody killed themselves after seeing this movie. Yeah. That's how scared they were.
They thought
they were also very mentally ill.
But they thought the ghost escaped the TV studio.
Yeah, it's super good. If you can find this, and I think it's on Shudder, maybe?
I believe it is actually still on Shudder.
It might be on Shudder. If you can find it, watch it. It's so fucking good. Everyone's like, oh, remember when the Paranormal Activity or Blair Witch came out? And that was the birth of this new found footage. No.
Nope.
This is the birth of found footage.
Ghost Watch did it first.
That's right.
And they did it great.
And then in 2 weeks, we're coming back and we're going to be talking about the wildly creative mess that is Don Coscarelli's debut picture. No, it's not his debut picture. Second picture. Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's Don Coscarelli's.
I always assumed that Phantasm was his first movie.
Well, we're talking about Phantasm.
That's going to be great. I love Phantasm.
Boy.
All right. So we'll see you next week with Ghost Watch. I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then in 2, I'm also looking forward to it as well. All month long is going to be fantastic. Fucking phantasm. We'll see you then.